If you don't remember nothing else, you got to remember that he got up with all power. He didn't get up with political power. He didn't get up with economic power. He didn't get up with popularity. He got up with all power. All power's in his hand. If he got all power, then he's got power over my financial situation. If he's got all power, he's got power over my health situation. If he's got all power, he's got power over these thugs who are breaking into folks' houses. If he's got all power, he can stop whatever's going on. If he's got all power, we don't need to worry about what folk think, because he's got all power. And if you can believe that, if you can hold on to that, and you can make it day by day, I don't care what other folks said, but if you can hold on that Jesus got all power, that he can bless me, that he has the ability to bring me through. I don't care what the financial statement says. Jesus got all power. I don't care what the doctor said. Jesus got all power. I don't care what people say. Jesus got all power. That's where some of us get messed up. We worry about what people say. People say you ain't gonna do this, or you can't be that. There's folk that have gone on and went on jobs and say, yo, you ain't qualified for that job. And then you know how it is, they get crazy. How did you get your job? When I started with the Park Service, I got so tired of people of the majority persuasion coming to me saying, and how did you get your job? I guess they figured I was going to tell them I went to the black window and I was looking for black man jobs. And this is one they set aside for a black. I got here because I'm qualified. I ain't get here because I knew anybody, because my daddy don't know nobody. Now, if I was at the post office, I could have said, yeah, my daddy hooked me up. But my daddy didn't know nobody in the Park Service. I was there by the grace of God. Didn't nobody open no doors for me. Didn't nobody say take care of him. But the Lord opened that door. The Lord will open doors that no man could shut. Then he'll shut doors that no man can open. The Lord will make a way out of no way. The Lord will fix a situation. And folk wonder, how'd you do that? Nobody but the Lord. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. Because, see, we need to understand. We get this, folk. Get this. We're dealing with all these issues and all these challenges in our community. And first of all, we think, ain't nobody going through what we're going through. Oh, what we going to do? Well, first, we need to go back to the landmark. See, we got to go back. Now, please understand. You know, I know folks say, Reverend Jones, I thought you always talking about we using 19th century techniques in the 21st century. We are, but there's some stuff that was good. See, when I was a little boy, the worst insult that you could give a child, and their mama heard it, was to say you ain't had no home training. I told you, my mama was crazy. You no teacher better not tell me you ain't got no home training. They could say a whole bunch of stuff, but they couldn't say I ain't had no home training. Kenneth, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. No, sir. Somewhere we lost that. We also knew that you could be the biggest devil in school, but we knew that God was supreme. Most of us had a grandmama, somebody that was praying for us. Now we got children with grandmamas who ain't that old, who don't know the Lord. And see, where we need to make the adjustment, we got to stop treating folk like they knew the Lord and treat them like they really are. Baby, let me tell you about a man named Jesus. See, we can't assume that folk know about train up a child in the way he should go. When he's old, he will not depart from it. Because, see, some of these folk ain't been trained up as a child. Their parents ain't been trained up. Their grandparents ain't been trained up. And then we expecting them to react a certain way, and they don't have the tools. Well, okay, preacher, what does that mean? That means the church got to get busy. See, first thing we got to understand, everybody ain't coming to us. And, you know, Jesus gave a parable about a man that sat at a table, invited everybody to come to the table. And none of the folks showed up. Then he said, well, go out on the highways and ask all my friends. None of them showed up. Then he said, go out there in the highways and byways and compel them to come. We set a table every Sunday. And there's some folks who need to eat what we serving. And instead of going out finding them and compelling them, we at the buffet. Oh, wasn't service good? Had a good time. Oh, didn't the choir sing? Oh, I'm telling you, and then what get me with folks, oh, it was so hot up in there, I couldn't stand it like that every day. What you gonna do when you get to heaven? If you can't stand a hot worship down here, how you gonna stand it when we get on the other side? Well, that's all we gonna be doing. If we don't learn from the examples of the past, we're doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past. And if we don't work the stuff that worked in the past, we doomed to fall by the wayside. Grandmama and them didn't have benefit of the internet. And all that information is at our disposal. A whole bunch of us come from folks who weren't well educated. There's some of us that had grandparents and great-grandparents. If they could sign their name, they were in tall cotton. We even have a lost art, the art of being able to line a hymn. Mm-hmm. My generation lost it.
I know you're right.
Ain't but one or two of us. Brother Streeter can do it. And then when we do it, some of y'all be looking like, what they doing? I don't understand that. That's that old-timey stuff. You know why folk did it like that? Because they didn't have hymnals in the pews like y'all got.